What's happening, y'all? Rich Sosa coming back at you with another video today. And before we get started, I gotta say thank God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. Comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I'll definitely be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So I just want to say thank you to every one of y'all who, is on board with the Rich family. It's crazy to see that we are growing so quickly. We are already about to be at 10,000 big supporters, and salute to every single one of you. I really appreciate y'all. We're a family here, bro. We are the most positive community in the 2K community, bro. So as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen and the thumbnail, man, I got a fire build for y'all. Now this one's going to be coming out to the Playmaking defensive anchor. Now what's special about this build is going to be that we get comparisons of Shaq on this one. Now this build really does remind me of a Playmaking lockdown that can do a little bit of everything. Even when it comes towards shooting, this build has definitely got that down. And then for the actual physicals, bro, and the defensive end, like, this is going to be a really complete and unique build at most. So once again, I just want to say thank every one of y'all for tuning in. And if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Now, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build together. So, I've probably brought you at least 20 builds so far. This is, I'm going to say, number 21. I'll get into the countdown and, number them off as we get through them. But for this build today, we're going to be making it out of the center position. Now, when it comes towards that height, we're going to go with 7 feet exactly. And then for that weight, I'm going to drop this a few ticks down to 241. Now, for that wingspan, we're going to go ahead and put this to 7'7". You can go with 7'8", but I do want to be sure that we can shoot on this build, still be able to defend. And realistically, man, I'm trying to go after the build name. This is a very unique build that, you can pretty much take into any game mode. So when it comes towards the finishing, you're definitely covered on that end as well. And the first area that I do want to get into is going to be these physicals, just so you can see, the animations and badges that we unlock as we go throughout the build. So as when it comes towards that vertical, I'm going to put this all the way up to an 80. And then for the actual strength, let's go up to an 83. Now for that agility, we're going to go ahead and put this all the way up to a 53. And then for the speed, man, let's go with the 70. So, I've used a 70 speed on my personal center, and I think that's the perfect threshold, to, get down court, defend, and also use this on the offensive side. So these numbers are going to be perfect to move forward. And on this build, bro, we are going to be able to get elite contact dunks for the big man. So once it comes towards the standing dunk, put this all the way up to a 90. As when it comes towards that post control, let's go with an 80. And then for that driving dunk, I'm going to go with an 87. Now, once we get into the driving layup, I'm going to go with the 70 here as well. Leave the close shot at a 78, and essentially this is what we're going to be looking like on this side of the ball. So with these badges, you see we get bronze paint prodigy, you get float game, hook specialist, on the silver tier. You also get physical finisher, aerial wizard, float game. So very special build. Now when it comes towards that driving dunk, you're actually able to get some of the pro contact dunks as well as the elite big man standing contact dunk. So I think this is a really nice finisher. And the badges we get here, rise up on gold, aerial wizard. You also get posterizer on the silver tier. And then for the actual post control, we get silver post powerhouse, post up poet. You also get unpluckable, hook specialist, man. Like, this is a really complete build, and especially if you continue to follow through, this is going to be a build that you can do a little bit of everything on the offensive side. So for that mid-range shot, I'm going to put this all the way up to a 77. Now I'm not going to put anything into our three-pointer. I think it's going to be best as is, but when it comes towards that free throw, let's go with the 70. And this opens up the floor to be safe to take it into any 5s game mode. So let me know your thoughts and opinions so far. As when it comes towards that pass accuracy, put this all the way up to an 87. And this is actually where we get that playmaking build name from, with the defensive anchor. Now, when it comes towards that ball handle, we can actually dribble a little bit. You will be able to get the normal dribble packages, which is definitely going to be key. Now, if you go ahead and put that speed with ball up to a 60, I think that's just going to help us out even more when it comes towards the actual dribbling. And, for these badges, man, I'm telling you, like, the ones that I really did want to focus on was going to be for the pass accuracy, because, I want to focus mainly on being an interior finisher. But once we get into the defensive end, man, that's going to clear a lot up. So as far as for these badges on the playmaking, you get bailout, versatile visionary, gold break starter, and then dimer. So Originally, I did have this build like at a 93 pass accuracy, and you can even get bailout on the silver tier. Same thing for versatile visionary, but I wanted to take a few ticks down to spread the wealth a little bit when it comes towards the offensive side, on the shooting and as well as the finishing. So for the actual defensive end, I'm going to put the interior defense up to an 82. Once it comes towards that perimeter, let's go with a 62 here, so you actually can defend out on the perimeter. Now for the steal, let's go with a 67. And then once it comes towards the block, let's go ahead and put this all the way up to an 88. Now for the rebounding, bro, this is going to be key on this build. Instead of upgrading the actual defensive on this build, I'm going to go putting the offensive all the way up to a 92. So once it comes towards the defensive rebound, put the rest into this area. And as you can see, man, we got an 80. So look at these badges. We get gold box out beast. You also get pogo stick, rebound chaser. Now when it comes towards the block, you also get paint patrollers, gold high flying denier. And then for that steal, man, you also get interceptor and glove, which is going to be key because when you're going up against other big men, I'm telling y'all, this specific rating for the perimeter defense, I have a 60 on my main center. And if you're pressing the big man, let's say you're playing against a post scorer, press the big man, bro. Use this perimeter defense rating on your big man, and I'm telling you, you're going to be able to get stops. I've seen so many times where I use, you know, this exact rating right here, and I go up against a lot of post scorers because I am a center, and because I have this rating of a perimeter defense, bro, they're not able to get past the three-point line sometimes. So I'll put a little clip right here just so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But as you can see right here in the clip, bro, this is with only a 60 perimeter defense, and as you can see, you get a lot of bumps, especially when you're going up against bigger defenders, because not a lot of big men are going to really put anything into their ball handle. So I think that really says a lot about perimeter defenses here, and especially if you're going to be a center, man, I think it's going to be mandatory to, you know, to get stops, bro, on the perimeter. You need to have somewhat of a perimeter defense. So at least go with the 60, but I went with a 62 just so we can still get a movable enforcer. So just something to think about. Now for the interior, you also get silver paint patroller, post lockdown, off ball pass. Now as far as for these badges, man, I think it's a really complete build. You can do a little bit of everything. Now you get the contact dunks, the normal dribble animations, the elite contact dunks for the standing, and then also, you know, we get most of those passing styles. And then as far as for these badges, you know, we get a good amount all around, bro. So when it comes towards these takeovers, as you can see, we get about 10. So above the rim, break starter, you know, elevate, glass warrior, orchestrator, physicality, you get the commander, paint dominance. Horse is probably the best takeover for this build. If you're looking for the takeover ability, see the future, that is a very special takeover, bro. To be able to see the boards before they hit the floor, I think that's very good. Now you also get eraser, which gives you a plus 15 towards the block. Dr. Duncanstein, board beast, man, like all around, this is a really nice build. So if you were to upgrade, let's say with the takeover orchestrator or even, you know, horse, bro, this is really going to take your game to the next level on the defensive end, because I think overall down the road, if you use this as the main takeover, it's going to be a really not toxic build, bro, but it's going to be one of the best builds that you can probably use that's versatile. And really, you know, you can take this build into any game mode. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. Is there anything that you potentially would change about this build? Now for this build, I think we have a little bit of everything that you could possibly want, from the finishing all the way down to the physicals. But you know, you could make any type of changes, adjustments, you know, feel free to cater to your own play style. But let's go ahead and move forward. And as y'all can see, bro, that first comparison of Shaquille O'Neal, we also get Mitchell Robinson, Jalen Duran, and together, bro, at the, you know, 21st build that I brought to y'all, we got the rare playmaking defensive anchor. So this is probably one of the nicer build names when it comes towards being rare, because a playmaking defensive anchor, bro, like, I gotta say, this is a rare build that you can definitely use right now as of season 1. And you know, the fact that we can shoot on this build, you're able to, you know, be a great finisher, and on top of that, able to defend and even, you know, move with the ball a little bit. Very nice build. So I just want to say thank every one of you for your support. God bless you. You know, if you've seen this build before, go ahead and let me know down below. But you know, I really like the builds that y'all say that you have been making yourself. So if you have the stats, the attributes, bro, Comment your build down with the attributes and I'll be sure to go ahead and get into them, review them, and even make them better, bro. So I just want to say once again, thank every one of you for your support. God bless you, man. I really appreciate the Rich family, bro. None of this, you know, would be possible without y'all and Jesus Christ. So, you know, before we get out of here, I just gotta say thank the Lord above for another day and another opportunity. Comment down TG if you're a day one Rich supporter and where you're tuning in from, bro. I see y'all coming from North Carolina, Arizona, Florida, bro, all the way out in Europe, bro. Like, I got so many, you know, supporters, and the only way that I can show back right now is to drop these videos for y'all. But if you want to run it up, bro, hit me up. As y'all see my socials above, we can definitely run it up together, bro. I just want y'all to know that I appreciate you. I love y'all. And, you know, if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down below, man. So if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you know. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.